This episode here, it's not great. But they can't all be winners, I guess. Despite the odd pacing and head-scratching plot points, there's still some nuggets for us to enjoy. Grades are out, and Jessie's parents get her flowers for her A's. Kelly's parents get her an ice cream cone for B's. And now smelling like French fries Lisa? Well, she got Daddy's credit card for making the honor roll. Now, you remember how last episode Jessie was having this existential crisis about her height, and Kelly refused to give moral support? Well, here goes Buzzkill Kelly again.
Lisa, I think you better total up everything you bought right now.
Can we have Kelly redo that line?
Lisa, I think you better total up everything you bought right now.
Well, she just sounds bored.
Lisa hands over the receipts, and...
$62 for the top, $126 for the jacket and shorts, and $198 for the boots, purse, and man-eater perfume.
Come on, what's the total?
$386.
That is an impressive amount to spend on neon green. Even more so?
I couldn't help myself. I got such great sales. All my clothes were half off.
Wait, so you could have spent $772 on neon green? I don't understand fashion.
I couldn't help myself. I got such great sales. All my clothes were half off.
Half off? I can't take this tension.
Saturday morning television for kids. Settle down, Screech. You don't even know how to handle her fully dressed. Now, I know we've spent a lot of time on this opening scene, but we've got to address the start of Jessie's feminism campaign.
Screech, she's not your fox. Why don't you just find another chick?
Whoa, may I remind you both that we are girls? We are not foxes, not chicks, nor any other cute little animal you boys like.
Really?
I have a calculator on my watch. You can use it if you hold my wrist.
Screech, heel.
Now, one might be wondering how Jessie can be so adamant that females not be likened to cute little animals while also failing to stick up for Screech when he is literally reduced to a dog with the heel comment. But let's not forget that when any one overlooked subset of society tries to bring awareness to social unfairness, that subset must typically aim for the far opposite position in hopes that their quote-unquote extremism is heard in the first place, allowing room for the issue to land somewhere in the middle and hopefully somewhere close to fair. You fight for those feminist ideals, Jessie. Hashtag feminism. Hashtag Screech is a dog. But Jessie, try not to break before making your big stand. It kinda undercuts the message. In my final note for this scene, why isn't Kelly eating her ice cream? She just sits there with it the whole time. Oh, did your parents take you to that garbage hole Baskin Robbins and you don't want to eat it? Should have gone to Thrifty's and Rite Aid. Upon finding out that the clothes can't be returned, Lisa decides to run away instead of face her father. Crew tells her just to be honest, and she tries to envision what that would be like.
Oh, I'm sure it's not that bad, Princess. Tell your father. He knows best.
Cool quip, bro? Lisa doesn't like her odds, and she figures that she's going to have to pay her dad back somehow.
This sounds like a job for Zack-Man.
Hold up. We're just going to end the scene there? And like that? Zack rips off his shirt to reveal that he wears a Z undershirt and goes by the alter ego of Zack-Man, and no one cares to follow up? Well, I've got some questions. Does Zack-Man have powers? Does his tragic backstory involve not knowing the identity of his true father? How does Kelly still fall for you after seeing you do this? And have I mentioned how I love Lisa?
What do you do, Kelly?
Gee, I can't remember doing anything wrong.
Oh, shut up.
In biology class, we are learning about animal reproduction.
Man, how come birds aren't attracted to horses?
Oh, but they are. Unfortunately, there just isn't enough room in the nest.
Was that directed at Slater? While Miss Wentworth makes bad sex puns and writes on the board, Zack-Man puts his plan into action. He basically pimps out Lisa's face for dollars. Mr. Belding interrupts, whatever this is. and announces an earthquake drill in a way that only he can.
When that siren sounds, get down, cause there'll be a whole lot of shaking going on. Wah, wah.
We're in California, so planning for an earthquake makes sense. The siren sounds, and Screech tries to collect on his kisses. Oh, we're getting wacky! Hey, why isn't Jessie moving? Did someone cast Petrificus Totalis? Are we in Hogwarts? With the kissing scheme only bringing in $36, Zack-Man moves on to auctioning off Lisa's clothes. And I cannot help but marvel at the engineering required to pull this off. I also can't believe everyone is cool with Zack usurping the use of their lockers. The mechanics and violation of privacy are both amazing feats here. First item up for bid, lingerie? Why, kids show? Why? He then sells one pair of boots to twins.
That's what I call a matching pair.
That's what everyone would call a matching pair. Zack-Man also sells fan service in the form of Kelly wearing Lisa's bathing suit. $12. When Belding starts suspecting Zack-Man of shenanigans, Slater does a 180 from last episode's No Homo and asks how he'd look dressed as a girl. Oh darn you effing kids! In Belding's office, he tries to connect with Slater, as one does with a grade-A corn-fed crossdresser. Things very quickly devolve. We learn that Belding went to prom with his sister, didn't have his first girlfriend until he joined the army, and then she was part of the Viet Cong, and he met his wife after nearly drowning.
See, she was on the swim team and I was a towel boy. I tripped, hit my head, fell into the water. She saved my life.
What a boob. It should be noted that this story differs from the one he told in Good Morning, Miss Bliss.
We were in high school at a Halloween party. We were bobbing for apples and our retainers locked. After that, we were stuck with each other.
They both involved water, so that's interesting. Mr. Belding gets called away and runs into Zack-Man. There's a miscommunication, and the clothes are somehow given to charity. With no other recourse, Lisa gets a job, and she's bad at it.
Don't worry about it. See? I had the kitchen Velcro your orders.
First off, no you didn't. That food is moving. But then, even if you did, that means you Velcroed everything, including the hamburgers to the buns. Why would you do this? Another thing, Max allows the gang to serve customers and then immediately take the food away so that the diner can cycle more customers through for Lisa, theoretically resulting in more chances for tips. Come on, you're serving some of the same people twice. You're a bad businessman, Max.
$37 in tips in 3 hours?
It worked? I guess this is the one big reason I don't run a restaurant. Despite her modest success, Lisa decides to tell her dad the truth. She thanks Zack-Man for all his hard work.
But I've got to stand on my own 2 feet now. And it's not going to be easy with all my shoes gone.
Sexual tension! Back home, Lisa admits her mistake to her father, and he reacts exactly like you think he would.
We all make mistakes, sweetheart. I'm sure you've learned your lesson. Now, let's go to the Sizzler.
Hold up. Lisa has been killing herself, trying to make money, and he's not even mad? That's right, I really just want to go to the Sizzler.
Excuse me, Dr. Turtley.
Hold up. Lisa's last name is Turtle.
Excuse me, Dr. Turtley.
With his name being mispronounced, and these kids blocking his daughter, Dr. Turtley heads to Sizzler alone.
The moral of the story, gang? Well, it's simple. The Lisa card. Don't leave home with it.
Hold up. You're spoofing the look and name of the Visa card, but appropriating the American Express tagline? Why does this exist? Again, this episode isn't great. The plot relies on gimmick and there was no real moral. We do, however, get classic lines, which helps the show remain enjoyable.
Miss, this isn't what I ordered. You were supposed to toast my buns.
You want toasted buns? Go sit on a microwave.
Sitting on a microwave doesn't even make sense, but the crowd loves it. And the show is fun. Now, you may not be able to tell from her acting in this episode, but Lark Voorhees was a nervous wreck and on the verge of being fired. Despite this episode airing as the second in the season, it was actually produced fifth after the episode The Gift. The showrunners apparently hated Lark's acting in The Gift, and Peter Engel was told to fire her. Peter and Lark avoided each other until the taping for the Lisa card, and she gave the role her all and changed everyone's mind about her acting abilities. Yay! Because I love Lisa!
Oh, shut up!
Miss Wentworth was played by Carol Lawrence. She is probably most known for her stage work, having brought the character of Maria in West Side Story to life. As the result of decades of exceptional theater work, television appearances, and the release of several albums and soundtracks, Carol Lawrence was granted a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She's been nominated for Tonys and Grammys, and Saved by the Bell got her doing this.
That's merely his way of saying, your pad or mine.
At one time, she was married to
Robert Goulet.
Except, like, the real one. And besides her role as Miss Wentworth, Carol Lawrence has another tie-in to the Saved by the Bell universe.
I wanna please you, tease you, I just can't get enough. And if you hold me close, we're on our way.
I'm so excited! I'm so excited!
Mr. Turtle, or
Dr. Turtley,
was played by Henry Brown. His resume is standard bit character stuff, and he's appeared in TV shows like MASH, Kojak, and Star Trek Voyager. He has the honor distinction of being one of those actors who gets to play two roles in the same series. For instance, he played Detective Dennis Winfield and Detective Byron Brown in different seasons of Baywatch Nights. He also has quite a few movie roles under his belt. The one that sticks out, though, is the movie Excessive Force 2, Force on Force. I love the irony in this title. First, Excessive Force 2. So there was already an excessive force, but there needed to be more force because the first round of excessive force wasn't excessive enough. So the title is redundantly mysterious, but then you add force on force. What? So the second excessive force isn't already enough to convey that more force is involved, but now we have it literally being excessive. It's excessive force, but the second time around, and it's force on force! I need to check that movie out. For as long as the series ran, Lisa's father never makes another appearance, so I hope you enjoyed it while it lasted.
Now, let's go to the Sizzler.